So George Groves says that Crawford can't do with Canelo what Usyk did with Fury. I think I would disagree on that situation because overall, all Usyk really did was go 12 rounds with Fury. At the end of the day, he went 12 rounds with him and he won the fight. It sounds like to me people didn't think he had a chance of actually winning the fight. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is over the past couple of months where we went into fights that were actually 50-50 fights. And for some reason, when a certain guy loses or wins, then all of a sudden it's a whole nother situation. Because from what I've seen, Fury was actually the favorite going into the fight. But a lot of people said over the last couple of months that Usyk was the favorite. So to me, it was a 50-50 fight. So I don't understand why people don't feel like Crawford can go in there and win a 50-50 fight between him and Canelo. I mean, Canelo hasn't really KO'd anybody lately. So in my eyes, with that style, Canelo's had trouble with guys who can box well. Some of the best boxers in the world. He's had trouble with Bivol, Floyd Mayweather. So I don't see what why the comparison kind of falls short with him, as far as why people see a reason that Crawford actually has a chance. I don't know, it kind of confuses me a little bit. But I would expect a lot of these guys to actually be on the side of things of looking like that. You know, I don't know. It confuses me because I thought the Joshua win was a big deal. I don't know. Maybe they expected that Fury, Usyk losing to Fury would have probably made the Joshua win look a lot worse or something like that. I mean, it's the same way. He won twice. So I was thinking that was a big deal. Were people waiting on Tyson Fury to save the day or something like that? I don't understand the situation. Because I can understand why people would say, okay, but it wasn't that exceptional of a win. Most people are saying that they think Tyson Fury won, so it wasn't a blowout fight, as people are trying to make it seem like it was. Like it was just not even close. Like, what are we talking about? He's saying Crawford couldn't do that. Like, what? I mean, we acting like somebody just went out there and got KO'd or something. It was a 12-round fight. It went 12 rounds. You don't think Crawford can go out there and go 12 rounds with Canelo? Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, none of y'all thought that Crawford was even big enough for 47. But here we are, a year or two later, and you still having conversations about him being that big enough for another weight class. He's at 54. Just said he was small for 47. I don't know where these guys are actually coming from. Like, they haven't mentioned Crawford over the years. Crawford's almost 40 years old. Not saying he's an old man. I think he's like 36. But I'm saying, like, y'all just now mentioning him, like, as far as, is he good enough for this? Are you good enough to know how good enough he is? Because he's been pound for pound for years now, number one. And for some reason, people are just now starting to discuss him as if he just became number one yesterday. I don't know if guys know what pound for pound number one means no more. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm confused. Pound for pound number one means the best. Moving up at each weight class. From the weight classes I'm moving up to, I understand what everybody's saying about Usyk. But he already did that with Joshua, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, the whole situation don't change it for me. He should have been over anyway already. Just from the Joshua win alone. And he did it twice in a rematch. They want to use Crawford as a distraction so they won't try to focus in on what they were saying a couple of months ago about Anyway being number 2, when Usyk should have been number 2 after the Anthony Joshua situation. I mean, when you rematch Anthony Joshua at heavyweight after coming from cruiserweight, after what, 1 or 2 fights? Come on, like, what are we talking about? I think they thought the Fury victory over Usyk would have kind of washed it away, but that's the only thing I can think about, because I mean, Crawford's been number 1 for years, and for some reason it's getting criticized now, so just kind of confused. It's like, I don't know. Felt like when you're number 1 pound for pound, that means you can kind of do anything. They don't really doubt that. But these days, I don't know. Maybe they start. I mean, but if they can criticize the number 1 guys, why can't we criticize the number 1 guys? You saying Crawford can't fight Canelo, but if I say this about another fighter, is it bad criticism or is it good criticism? Because you're criticizing the guy who has, what, 10 straight knockouts? I'm confused on that. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.